Well, here we are again, approaching the end of the year, and it's time to start looking at your Medicare options for this year's annual election period. Now, some of you might have a Medicare Advantage plan. Perhaps you got a letter stating that maybe some of the benefits are being cut, or maybe your plan is leaving the area entirely. Or if you got a Medicare Supplement Plan or new to Medicare, you'll be looking at what are the best Medicare Supplement plans for 2025, and that's exactly what I'll be discussing in this video today. Stick around. So before I get into the best Medicare supplement plans for 2025, and it's a short list, let me just introduce myself. My name is Russell Noga with Medisupps.com, and for the last 16 years, we've been helping people like yourself in all 50 states get the best Medicare coverage to fit their needs for the lowest amount possible. Now, when it comes to Medicare supplement plans, maybe you've got one already, and maybe you got a different letter in the mail stating you got a rate increase. Well, we make it easy for you to check if you are overpaying, and that's just by visiting Medisupps.com, our website, where you can get free online quotes from different insurance companies showing how much Medicare supplement plans are in your area. So, easiest way, click the link in the description below or just type it into your browser and you can check the rates for those plans. So the benefits of Medicare supplement plans in 2025 are not changing. There's no new plans coming available and none are being taken away. And when it comes to the term best, it's really the best for you and your own personal situation. Now, there are two very popular plans and have been for a few years now that may qualify, or people might say they're the best, only because they provide the most coverage for the lower premiums. And those plans are Medicare Supplement Plan G and Medicare Supplement Plan N. I'm going to go into detail on each plan to help you see which one might fit your needs the best. Now, one important thing to remember is every insurance company offers the exact same Medicare supplement plans with the same benefits. Therefore, a plan from one particular insurance company that is a Plan G is identical in benefits to a different insurance company. However, they all charge different rates for it, which is very important. Wise to get help such from ourselves, an independent agency where we can shop all the rates for you to make sure you don't overpay. So I'll start with the more comprehensive plan that is offered of those two, which is Medicare Supplement Plan G, also called Medigap Plan G. They're the same thing. Medigap Plan G offers fantastic coverage. In fact, there's just one small out-of-pocket expense with Plan G. After that, your bills are paid 100%. So let me just explain a little bit how it works. It's very simple. If you go to the doctor prior to Medicare Part B, which is for outpatient doctor services, prior to that paying anything, you need to pay an annual Part B deductible. Now, in 2024, that deductible is $240, projected to go around $257 in 2025. Nevertheless, whatever that amount is, you must pay first out of pocket, and then Medicare will come in and pay 80% of your medical bills. Plan G will pick up the remaining 20% up to no limit. And for you on a Plan G, there's no other expenses. There's no more deductibles, no more copays, and no other coinsurance to pay. So that's some fantastic coverage. Now, an important thing to remember is those plans are standardized. Everybody has the same Plan G, as I mentioned earlier. That one deductible applies to it all, and that is a calendar year deductible. So it will reset every year. Once that's met, Medicare comes in, pays 80%. Plan G picks up the difference 100%. Another thing to consider with all of the Medicare supplement plans, not just Plan G, is that there's no network. Any doctor, specialist, or hospital that accepts Medicare in the entire country will accept your Medicare supplement plan regardless of which insurance company it's from. It's not like a Medicare Advantage plan where there might be a PPO or an HMO network attached to it. With a Medicare supplement plan, you can take it anywhere in the country as long as they take Medicare. So let's talk a little bit about the pros and cons of Medicare Supplement Plan G for 2025. And the biggest one is just that one out-of-pocket expense that you need to pay the Medicare annual Part B deductible, and after that, 100% coverage. So this makes it very easy to budget each month, knowing precisely what your monthly premium will be for Medicare Plan G, as well as what the deductible amount will be. And after that, you're not going to get any surprise medical bills. God forbid you end up in the hospital, maybe for several days even, you're going to know exactly how much is going to be coming out of your pocket. And that's a great peace of mind benefit. You can focus on getting well and not worried about any surprise medical bills. So what are some of the cons of Medicare Supplement Plan G? Well, number one would probably be price. Now, that's relatively speaking. But for that great coverage that I just mentioned, well, it's going to be higher in a monthly premium than the next plan I'll talk about, which is Medicare Plan N. I'll get to price as well in a moment. However, you will have a little higher cost on your monthly premium for Medicare Plan G, and Medicare Plan G may have slightly higher rate increases every year. All the Medicare supplement plans have rate increases every year. That's why we shop the rates for our clients every year to always make sure you're paying the least amount possible. By the way, everything we do is entirely free. Now, with the higher rate increases, that is a possibility with Plan G. However, with Medicare Supplement Plan N, they could be a little lower, as well as some other different benefits of Plan N. But before we jump over to Plan N, let's talk about the price of Medicare Supplement Plan G. On average, it ranges between, say, $100 to $200 per month. But that is determined by a lot of different factors, and those could be zip code, age, gender, tobacco use. Also, many Medicare Supplement Plan insurance companies offer several discounts you might qualify for, such as a household discount. Sometimes you just have to be living with somebody, and they don't even have to be of Medicare age. It depends on the company. Sometimes you need to apply together. There could be an activity tracker discount if you wear something like a Fitbit or a different activity tracker, or say you pay your premium annually, there could be a discount there as well. So there's a number of different things you could qualify for Plan G. Easiest way, visit our website. You can just check the rates now to see how much it is for your age and zip code from a variety of different insurance companies. So moving on to Medicare Supplement Plan N, let's talk a little bit about the benefits of that. Now, very popular plan for good reason. One of the biggest reasons is it can be up to $35 less a month than Medicare Supplement Plan G. Now, of course, with that kind of savings, you don't get the same benefits, but they're not far off, actually. It's very similar to Plan G, whereas you still pay the Medicare Part B deductible. You do that with Plan N. So visit the doctor prior to Medicare paying anything. You must meet the annual Medicare Part B deductible. Once you pay that, Medicare comes in, pays 80%. Plan N comes in and pays the additional 20%. So just like Plan G, when it comes to the deductible and Medicare paying, and who pays the 80% or the 20%. However, with Medicare Plan N, once that deductible is met, if you return to the doctor throughout the calendar year, you could have up to a $20 copay per doctor's visit. Now, it could be less. It depends how they code it if you get the copay, but I usually like to tell my clients that just plan on having a $20 copay billed to you after you meet the annual Part B deductible on Plan N. So if you only visit the doctor a few times a year, I have many clients who just get a physical, but they say, Russell, I want great coverage. Medicare Plan N is the winner by far because you're going to have much lower premiums than Medicare Plan G. However, you're still going to have great coverage. And if you do visit the doctor a couple times throughout the year, you know your copay will never be more than $20 per visit. Now, there is another copay that you could run into with Medicare Plan N, and that is if you visit the emergency room and you are not admitted, you'll be billed a $50 copay. This is really just to keep people out of the emergency room for small items. They know, well, if I go, I'll have to pay a $50 copay. If you have a Plan N and you're not admitted to the hospital, you go to the emergency room, you'll have to pay that $50. And there's one other thing that could come up, although extremely rare, and that's with a Plan N. They're called Medicare Part B excess charges. Now, what that means is if you visit a doctor that does not take the assigned rates from Medicare, meaning they don't take assignment, they could charge up to 15% extra of what Medicare would pay. And if you have a Medicare Plan N, you'd be required to pay that. It's estimated that over 99% of the doctors in this country accept assignment, so again, extremely rare, which makes Medicare Plan N a fantastic choice, particularly if you don't visit the doctor that often. However, even if you go 4 to 6 to maybe 8 times a year, it is still worth looking at the differences in premium between Medicare Plan G and Plan N, doing some quick math, which we can help you out with, to see if you can save quite a bit of money on Plan N, because historically, Medicare Supplement Plan N also has lower rate increases than Plan G, as I mentioned. Regardless of your choice, though, we can help guide you down the road, answer any questions you might have, and the easiest way to get those answered and check the rates from multiple companies is to just give us a call. Our phone number is 1-888-891-0229, or as I mentioned, you can visit our website, which is Medisupps.com. There you can get free online quotes from insurance companies to show you the differences in premium between Plan G and Plan N. Thanks for watching.